Today we will meet the most prolific poison murderer in history. Between 2009 and 2011, a series of mysterious deaths occurred in a small Dutch town. A local man was found dead in his house. At first it looked like a robbery gone wrong, but there were no signs of forced entry and nothing had been stolen. Next, a woman was found dead in her home. Again, no signs of a break-in or struggle. Then a third person was found dead, and then a fourth and a fifth. It was becoming clear that these deaths were no accident. Someone was killing people in this small town. But how? Now let's take a closer look at the perpetrator. This is Maria Zwanenburg. She was born in 1944 in a small village in the Netherlands. Her father was an alcoholic and a violent man. He worked as a butcher, and apparently he was good at his job because some of his customers started accusing him of putting something in their food that made them high. After all, they were feeling some strange and unexpected side effects after eating his meat. Whatever he put in the meat, it seemed to have a soporific effect on the customers. The townspeople confronted him with their suspicions, but he just laughed it off. Perhaps he was just putting some herbs in the meat that had some sort of hallucinogenic effect. Who knows? But whatever he was doing, it didn't stop him from continuing his strange practice. It's unknown if Maria witnessed any of this herself, but growing up in a household with an alcoholic for a father was never easy. But when she grew up, she married a man named Johannes. Together they had 3 children. And in 1983, the family moved to a farmhouse in the Dutch town of Berlicum. Maria was now a mature woman, and all of her life experiences had turned her into a cold-hearted and manipulative individual. People who knew her described her as a very smart woman who was always scheming and looking for ways to get ahead. For example, she was constantly trying to swindle people out of their money. She would call up companies pretending to be someone else and convince them to send her expensive products. Then she would simply not pay for them. Maria also developed an obsession with poisons. She read everything she could get her hands on about the subject. In the meantime, she continued to live her life. She got a job working at a nursing home where she took care of the elderly. But soon enough, weird things started happening. Several patients died under mysterious circumstances. Now, of course, this doesn't necessarily mean that Maria had anything to do with this, but keep in mind that she worked at the nursing home. Maybe she poisoned the old people. But even if she didn't, this clearly wasn't enough for her. She wanted more. And this brings us back to the beginning of the video. By this point, Maria was already a grandmother, and she had a large amount of life experience. She knew how the world worked and how to manipulate people. She used this knowledge to get inside people's houses and steal from them. But that wasn't enough. She wanted more. She wanted to kill. And she did. She entered people's homes while they were asleep and poisoned them. She either put the poison in their food or drink, or she just poured it directly into their mouths. The poison that she used was called scopolamine. Scopolamine is a substance derived from plants. It has a number of effects, including hallucinations, delirium, amnesia, and loss of consciousness. As I said before, Maria had read a lot about poisons, and she knew exactly what she was doing. She would choose victims who lived alone and made sure to avoid getting caught. She was extremely careful and thorough. But eventually she was caught. One of her neighbors had noticed her entering a house and immediately called the police. They searched Maria's car and found the poison. When they searched her house, they found a list with names of people from the neighborhood crossed out. Next to some of the names were dates. Underneath one of the dates was written dead. Of course, by this time, Maria had already confessed to the police where she had been, but she denied killing anyone. She said that she had only planned to rob the houses, not kill anyone. In the end, she was found guilty and sentenced to 18 years in prison. During her trial, she kept interrupting the proceedings and acted strangely. She was transferred to a psychiatric hospital where she is still being held to this day. The exact number of people she killed is unknown, but she claims it was more than 100. What do you think of this case? Let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.